Hello, my friends. Today we're learning Bobby Basra Dafman Gimel. So we learned in the last year that Shmuel says a few bunch of dinim about shutfim, and now we're going to discuss each one. So now the Gemara starts from on base, the bottom line. We said Reuven, Shimon, or shutfim on the field. And now Levi comes and says that the field belongs to him. So Reuven can be made for Shimon that the field belongs to Shimon and it's his. So it says the Gemara on Gimel Adam Aleph. Amai, how are that? Noigim be'edusin. They should him if it stays by Shimon the field. So Reuven gains from it. So how could Reuven be made about it? He's noigeh be'edus. So the Gemara och b'maskin and the kosavle that Reuven wrote to Shimon din v'dvarim ein li al sodezu. That he wrote, I don't have anything to do with this field. That means he's saying it's not his field anymore. So if it's not his field, it's like he gave it as a present to Shimon. So now he's not noigeh be'edus anymore. So the Gemara, what did it help if you wrote him this? Tanya, we learned in the Brisa, if someone says it's loshen, if I don't have anything to do with this field, or I don't have any business with it, and my hands are kept away from it, if they're going to be koine a field together and they haven't been koine, that means he doesn't want to be koine, but here that it's already his. That's not enough of a loshon to say that I'm giving it to you as a present. You need to actually say I'm giving it to you. That I'm saying I have nothing to do with it doesn't mean he's giving it, and therefore they still shut for him. So also over here, if he said this loshon, he's still a shutuf and he's noigeh be'edus. So the Gemara he did a kinyan. Shimon did a kinyan to be koine the schus of din v'dvarim ainli ben chosayich. Reuven told him, and therefore Reuven has nothing to do with nechosim anymore. So the Gemara, that they did a kinyan suda ma'ave, how did that help? Reuven gave this partnership all over to Shimon. If Reuven took a loan before he gave over the partnership to Shimon, this Baal Choiv will come to this field that Reuven gave to Shimon and he'll be goiver it, and therefore Reuven's happy about it because he doesn't have to pay his Baal Choiv. He doesn't want to be a loiver rosh of a loy shalem. So he gains that, it should stay by Shimon. Shmuel himself says, Reuven sold the field to Shimon, and he sold it without any responsibility. If you take this field away, he doesn't have to pay anything. He can't be made that this field belongs to Shimon. If someone else wants to take it away, why not? Because Reuven's happy that this field should stay by Shimon, that if his Baal Choiv, they owe the money, will come and he'll take it. He could take his choiv. And even Shloi B'Achrayis means even Shloi B'Achrayis. If it's B'Achrayis for sure, doesn't want them to take away from Shimon, because then they'll come back to Reuven. Even Shloi B'Achrayis, he's on a noigeh be'edus. So the Gemara Maskin and the Kobil Olei Achrayis. That somehow when Reuven gave over the chelik to Shimon, he was mekabel on himself Achrayis. The Gemara is going to explain. Achrayis the man. What Achrayis did he take on himself? Imeima Achrayis the Alma. They took Achrayis that if anyone takes away this field from Shimon, he's going to pay Shimon. Kol sheken denicheli. For sure, he's happy to keep it biad Shimon, and the Levi shouldn't take it away from Shimon, because if you take it away from Shimon, he needs to pay him. So the Gemara Achrayis the Astelei Machmosei. Reuven took responsibility that if someone else takes away this field and says it never belonged to Reuven, that's none of my business. But if someone that I owe money, says Reuven, if someone that I owe money will take away from this field, I'll make sure to give you back this field. And therefore, he doesn't gain anything, because what's the benefit for him that it's going to stay biad Shimon? That if his Baal Choiv will take away from Shimon, he's going to gain that he's paying back his Baal Choiv. Now Shimon is a Baal Choiv, because now he has achrayas to Shimon to pay him back for if someone took it from him, his Baal Choiv, and therefore he didn't gain anything. He's still a loy v'rosh of a loy shalem. So now I understand why he's not noigeh be'edus. Says the Gemara, if he says that his mistalik doesn't work, he's still noigeh be'edus. Let's see, Vatani, we learned in the Brisa, bnei ir, people in the city, that the Sefer Torah got stolen, you can't, and now we found a suspected Ganev, we can't ask with the Dayana Eir of this city to say, is he a Ganev or not? And the people in the city can't be made about that this is a Ganev, because they noigeh be'edus, because they want the Sefer Torah back to their city. It's like the Nignav himself will be made. V'im Isa, And if it's true, we said that he could say, I have nothing to do with the shutfus, and then he could be made. Two of the people who saw the Ganev should say, we have nothing to do with the Sefer Torah, and then they should be able to be like we said over here about the shutfim. Reuven could be mistalik and could be made. So also here, these two people in the city should say, we have nothing to do with the Sefer Torah, and they should be made. So the Gemara, Shiny Sefer Torah, the Lishmir Koi. It's different. By Shutfus, Reuven could say, I have nothing to do with the Shutfus, and then he's not again anymore. But by the Sefer Torah, these two, even if they said that we don't have anything to do with it, once they get the Sefer Torah back, they're going to come to Shul on Shabbos, and they're going to hear the Sefer Torah, so they're having an off from it. Toshma, come and listen from another place. Someone says, I'm going to donate an amount of money to the people in my city. The people of this city, the president of this city can't pass in. They can't be made on it because they know two people should say we have nothing to do with this money that he promised, and they should pass in, or they could also be dayanim if they have nothing to do with this money. So the Gemara Sefer Torah, this is also talking when the guy promised a money towards the Sefer Torah, and therefore everyone have a no from it. So everyone's like be'edus. Toshma, come and listen. Someone says, I'll give a money to the poor people in my town. You can't pass on the dayanim of the city. And you can't bring a raya from anyone in the city. The Tisbara, said the Gemara, it doesn't make sense, this brisa. Before we're asking cash on the brisa. Tisbara, anim, shakli, dayanim, mifsili. Where this money meant to go to? It's meant to go to the poor people. The dayanim are not necessarily poor people. They could be rich people. So why can't they pass? They're not gaining anything. Says the Gemara will explain the brisa. In donim by dayani aniye oiser. If the dayanim are poor, they're not allowed to pass because they know because this money is going to them. And you can't bring a raya from the poor people in the city, but the rich people could be made because they're not gaining anything. Practically more about why the dayanim who are poor, the people who can't be made, they should say we're not getting any of this stocker, and then they could be made or could pass them because they're not yeah. So the Gemara Ochinami be Sefer Torah. It's talking about when someone promised money for the Sefer Torah. But my korle anim, why did it say they promised money to the anim? The akoil, it's a Sefer Torah anim. If people don't have a Sefer Torah, they're considered poor people. It could be very rich, but they don't have a Sefer Torah, they're poor people. So that's why we call it anim. But really, it doesn't mean literally anim. It means he promised money for a Sefer Torah. Another Torah, anim mamish, I promised money for anim, for food, nothing to do with Sefer Torah. Uba'aniyeh diromu alai. The Gemara, these anim that the guy promised money to is a name that the people of the city need to sponsor and pay them that they shouldn't be poor, that they should have what to eat. So if they made that this person is chayav to this anim, they don't have to pay anymore. They gain that they won't have to pay instead that the money comes from this money. So therefore they noigah be'edus. So the Gemara doing what's the case? Either kitzlu, if it's to a fixed price, everyone give £50 a year. Leisu, they anyway have to give. So what's the difference? Sorry, Leisu pay treminai. Two people should pay the £50. Maide kitzlu, ledainu, and now they can pass him because they're not get anymore. They paid already. So the Gemara maskin and deloi kitzlu. It's not a fixed price, and they have to make sure that the anim are okay. So if this other guy is going to pay this money to the anim, they'll have to pay less, and therefore they're noigah be'edus. The Hiboy saying another term, it's loilon de kitzlu. It's a fixed price. Oh, we said it's a fixed price. Let them pay the fixed price, and then they'll could be paskin. They prefer to get the money from him because even though that there's a fixed price of £50 a year, if the anim have enough, you won't have to pay that £50. So therefore, even though it's a fixed price, they're gaining that this money should go to the anim, and therefore they can't paskin on this din because they noigah be'edus. So therefore, we understand the din of Shmuel that shutfim eidim ze'al it's somewhere when they mistalik from it legamrei, like din v'dvarim, b'konim yoda, etc., and therefore they have nothing to do with the shutfus anymore, and therefore they could be made, like we explained. And then we asked a whole bunch of kashas from different places that we could see that the dayanim and the people from the city can't because they're noigah be'edus, and we asked, why can't they be mistalik? And we explained why over there they can't be mistalik, or it's a Sefer Torah, etc. So the Gemara, the next din of Shmuel said, we said the Reuven and Shimon are shutfim, and let's say they own a cow together. So the cow, when it's by Reuven, he's a shem socha for Shimon, and when by Shimon, he's a shem socha for Reuven. Practic Mormon Gimel Beis, Amay Shmiru bebailim who it's shmir b'bailim because they shutfim, they're helping each other. And the Gemara understood that it's talking about that, let's say, two cows, and one keeps one cow and one keeps the other cows. So each one's doing a service for the other person. So that's b'bailim, it should be potter. It's talking about that they're not doing the shmir on the same time. Elo, they're doing the shmir on different times. Reuven on Sunday and Shimon on Monday, and so on. And therefore, they're not doing shmir b'bailim, because each one, when Reuven's a shomer, Shimon's not doing anything. When Shimon's a shomer, Reuven's not doing anything, and therefore he's a din shomer socha on this chayfetz. Says the Gemara, Tonu Rabbanon, Mocha loy bayis, mocha loy soda, ein moed lo elo. If Reuven sold to Shimon a house or a field, he can't be made on it that it belongs to Shimon. Because he has a chrayas. If they take away from Shimon, he'll have to pay him the money. Mocha loy para, mocha loy talis. If he sold, Reuven sold Shimon a cow or cloak, made lo elo, it can be made that it belongs to Shimon. Because there's no chrayas for him if they take away from Shimon. Something more straight away. Maishno Reisho, Maishno Sefer. What's the difference? That's Metaltanim or Karka. If he took a chrayas, he's always Nogea Beidus. If there's no chrayas, he's never Nogea Beidus. So what's the difference? Omar Sheshes Reisho is talking about Beruven Shagol Sodom Mishimin Umorchol Levi V'Osi Yudo V'Komer Aryeh. So it's almost such a case. Reuven stole a field from Shimon and he sold it to Levi. And now Yehuda, a fourth person's coming and saying that this field belongs to him. So the chiddush of the Reisha is when it says Mocha Bayis Mocha Soda Ein Me'arach, it means that Shimon can't be, the Nigzal can't be Me'arer. The Lo Lezel Shimon, the Nigzal, Asid de Levi, to say that it belongs to Levi. Why? Because he prefers the Nichele, the Odra, he prefers that it stays by Levi, and then he can get it back from him, because it really belongs to him, Shimon. Why is he not get Be'edus? Because he's made for that belongs to Levi, and then he's going to take it away from Levi. It can't be that he'll take it away from Levi. Why not? The Asid Levi, who, if Shimon came and said in the Edus about Yehuda, when Yehuda tried taking this field, no, that this Shimon said this field belongs to Levi. How could he take it? How could he take it out from him? We have a Das Baldin of Shimon that belongs to Levi. How could he come later and try being Tovia from Levi? So the Gemara, no, it's talking about the Omar Shimon said, Yadana Dayara de Lav Yehuda. He's not saying that belongs to Levi. He's saying, I know it doesn't belong to Yehuda. Yehuda's Eidim or Ganovim. Yehuda's Eid Shtar is false. Is a fake. Ubaus Chusa de Komafik Lo Levi. Leifkim Yehuda. Says the Gemara, okay, so why is Shimon trying to get that? He could be moitzit from that Yehuda shouldn't take it and he should stay by Levi and he should be moitzit from Levi with Eidim that it was the Reuven stole it from him. Be moitzeh from Yehuda. You have Eidim that you bought it from Reuven. Reuven stole it from you. So be moitzeh from Yehuda. Why don't you deal with Yehuda? What do you have a problem with Yehuda? So the Gemara, the Oma, Sheni Nerchli Arishan Koshem Menu. Shimon Tainas, listen, Levi is a Gavra Alima. I can't take him to Bezdin. I'm scared for him. And therefore I prefer that it stays with Levi. It's easier. He's a more honest person. And once I could prove that it's mine, he'll give it to me back. And therefore I prefer it staying by Levi. So the Gemara, Ve'iboy say another teretz, Kigoin the Islay Sa'ad Lemar, Ve'islay Sa'ad Lemar. So Shimon has Eidim that belongs to him, and Yehuda has Eidim that belongs to him. And now they're not coming to Bezdin one against each other. Yehuda is coming to Bezdin against Levi. But Omar Rabbanon Aryeh the Tekum. So if Bezdin are going to pass him that this field belongs to Yehuda, because Yehuda has Eidim that belongs to him, and only afterwards Shimon's going to come and bring his Eidim that belongs to himself. Bezdin are going to say, I don't know, we passed it already that it belongs to Yehuda. And now you bring Eidim that contradict the Eidim of Yehuda. It's already Yehuda's. We don't know what to do. We leave it by Yehuda. And therefore Shimon will be mafsid. And therefore Shimon prefers that Yehuda won't take it. And therefore he's Nogea Beidus. And therefore Shimon, the Nigza, can't be made. And that's Pshat where we learned that Amocha Soda Lechaveroi, that you can't, or Bayis Lechaveroi, he can't be made, or the Nigza can't be made because he has Negia Beidus. And therefore he can't be made. The sugya continues, and we're going to continue to meet Hashem next year. We should all have a very happy, blessed day.